so hard lately just to prove yourself useful. I'd actually say too hard. Look at where you ended up in the end. Yeah, in bed, unable to get up, feeling awful all day long. I'm sorry for that. I'm pretty sure that when you fell into the water while trying to feed my giant frog, that was the final nail in the coffin. You really didn't need to do that, but I appreciate the effort. Yeah, Sana has been taking care of all the chores alone these days. But you don't need to worry too much about her. She's always been able to handle everything by herself, so she's not going to strain herself for anything. Hey, is there anything I can do for you, by the way? I don't know. It could be literally anything. I could even read you a fairy tale if you wanted. Help you fall asleep faster, you know. Alright then, let me pick one for you. Also, may I quickly change your sheets? You don't need to get up for that. I'm pretty skilled, you know. Yeah, of course it's possible to change the bed sheets while someone is lying on it. Here, let me show you. Na 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 na. My poor